Hello everyone, Sonic Yoda from SEGADriven again. I think I've made it clear how much I love the Mega CD despite its shortcomings. Sure, the system has a lot of shovelware and an over-reliance on FMV titles, but this is all part of its charm. That brings us nicely to Bug Blasters and Star Strike, two FMV titles with a peculiar history. Both games were developed by Sony ImageSoft and despite being complete were pulled from release. I can only imagine that Sony could see that the system was going down the pan and decided it wouldn't be worth the effort to release the games anymore. In 2001, the license to the games was picked up by Good Deal Games, who then went about releasing the games for the Mega CD. Most copies are NTSC versions, but a very small run of PAL copies were made, and I'm talking very small, only 5 copies each. Now, thanks to the work of RetroCollect user Mr Gibbage, a much larger PAL run has been produced after the man went and secured the rights to the titles for himself. It's copies of the game from this run that we're using here. So what about the games? Well, let's put it this way, you really aren't going to want to hunt these games down if you're looking for something good to play. However, if you're a collector, or don't mind a bit of hammy acting and a silly plot, there can be some fun to be had. Bug Blasters, or as it's listed in the game as the Exterminators, is an obvious homage to Ghostbusters. You play as Hugh DePlayer, no, I'm not joking, who is a new recruit for the extermination team known as the Bug Blasters. Los Angeles is suffering from a huge outbreak of giant insects who have been mutated after a chemical spill. It's then up to you and the Bug Blasters to rid the city of hostile insects. Now, Bug Blasters is not going to win points for being an enjoyable playing experience. You simply point the reticule over the enemies and fire. You then get an annoyingly shown little segment of the offending insect exploding. That's all there is to it. Now, what you're really paying attention to is the hilariously bad acting and toilet humour. These insects are known as stink bugs, and what do they attack you with? That's right, they shit in your general direction. It's this sort of stupidity that gives the game its charm. Now, on to Star Strike. Star Strike is essentially more of the same in a different setting. You play a rookie pilot who has just been enlisted into the fleet of the starship Galatea. Your first mission, destroy all the evil Protoid forces and their battlecruiser before they reach Earth and eat everyone's brains. Yep, brains. Apparently at the time of creation, the consumption of human brains wasn't a horrible zombie cliché like it is now. But once again, it's this downright absurdity that gives Star Trek its charm. You waltz on into enemy territory through an asteroid field and continue to fuck shit up until all the Protoids are dead. You even revel in glee as you murder every Protoid in the vicinity. I don't even give them a chance to fire back! As I've already mentioned, these really aren't games you play because they're fun. You play them because they're bad! The low production values and cheesy dialogue make for splendid B-movie fun. They're also pretty decent looking FMV games considering. You get a full screen image and a pretty steady frame rate that an awful lot of other Mega CD games cannot live up to.